Welcome to the Garlic Boys podcast, where we treat friendship like a good recipe treats garlic. You can never have too much of it. We're your hosts. I'm Connor O'Connor.
And I'm Charles Alderton, all the way here from 1885, where I just invented the drink currently known as Dr. Pepper, but known to people in my time as the Waco.
Named after the town that the drink was created in. Yes, no, get the logo in there. They want to see the logo.
No, I had to. We're still not sponsored by Dr. Pepper, but I would like to be. There's a lot of dedication here.
If there's anyone out there that can get us sponsored by Dr. Pepper, please do that.
Just send us like a year's supply, like cases of Dr. Pepper. Please.
It won't go to waste.
Zero sugar to my location, please, so I can.
Yeah, he drinks zero sugar. I drink the real stuff. Original recipe over here.
I was hoping there would be some like deep dark secret in the original recipe of Dr. Pepper when I was like researching this, like kind of like
how
Coca-Cola had cocaine or whatever,
right?
I was hoping there'd be like just the time period. They're like, yeah, let's just give them huge amounts of morphine to like help the little toothache. Like, no, like I was hoping.
No, it's just a really good company.
Just good old clean fruits and fruits.
From what I understand, the recipe really hasn't changed all that much since it was originally created.
Since the establishment of 1885. Yeah, that was solid bit.
Sorry, I'm so listening. I went to the gym today, so I'm tired now.
Oh, extra tired. Yeah, no, I hear you.
Oh,
go ahead.
I walked to the treadmill for 45 minutes.
Dang, dude, that's a long time.
I know, especially for me.
Yeah.
The fact that I walked at all was impressive.
Yeah, right. I went to work today.
Okay.
And right from the start, I should have known. It was garbage for the first half of the shift. Like it was one of the worst shifts, just left and right. This happened, then this happened, and everything was like, let's just happen at the exact same time because why not? Why? This is why in the next couple months we really need to start like really bringing in the dough. I need to quit my job or something.
I feel that. I don't want to discuss jobs too hard, but I have two different jobs right now, so I feel you on the job side of things.
Yeah.
I love one of my jobs. One of my jobs is great.
That's good. Is that the escape room one?
Yeah, I like that job a lot. The people I work with are cool and all that. The other job, not going to mention what it is at all. Just they could do better.
They could do better.
They know what they're doing wrong, and they could do better.
They just open? Like didn't they just start recently?
Yeah, but they could still do better, especially by me. That's what I care about right now. They're not doing right by me.
All right, absolutely. That's all you can really care about in today's market, you know.
And it's not like a selfish thing. It's just like I'm your employee. Can like just a little consideration.
Oh yeah, that's called self-care. Self-care, right. Not selfish. Yeah. I like selling fish too, but like it in this day and age, you really, 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 really need to self-care.
Okay, so
speaking of fish, actually,
you got a fish?
No, I've had a fish, but it's not really like I don't take care of it. My dad does.
Oh, you do have a fish tank.
Yeah, I made sushi bowls this past weekend. Ooh. It was phenomenal. Like we went to the strip district in Pittsburgh. Mm-hmm. Did all that good old shopping up and down the strip, and I got some fish from one of the markets there. it was tuna. It was just like a little slab of tuna. It was actually
Right.
really good. I trust the places down there for better or worse.
If you went to a Woolies, they're a very good fish market.
Yes, I did. I did go there. I don't know if I got the fish from there, if I'm being 100% honest.
I
One of the
got
places. Sorry.
I got his exotic jerky from there once.
Nice.
Like typical jerky, you have like beef jerky or like deer jerky.
Right.
I got kangaroo jerky, boar
Okay.
jerky, alligator jerky, and I think buffalo jerky. So like more non-traditional jerkies.
That's a lot of animals jerkies.
Yeah. I like trying new animal meats.
Yeah.
Like kangaroo, if you don't know this, kangaroo are basically like deer in Australia, how they are
Yeah.
here, where they're just like everywhere.
Right.
And
A
so like
lot more deadly though.
it's very common that they hit kangaroo with their cars, apparently. So like eating them's only weird because we don't have those animals and they're like zoo animals.
Right.
But no, pretty tasty.
That's sweet. That I will say on a somewhat different side note. The most egregious thing that I saw down there at the strip was cases of garlic, cases of like peeled, shelled, whatever you want to call it, garlic. Thank you. And
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you have bottle service coming in right now?
I do. It's 100% room service, and I'm loving it. Anyway, cases of garlic, like just
Right.
little tubs of garlic. All of it was moldy. It was disgusting. Like
Was it like intentionally moldy? Because I know like sometimes like cheese is intentionally moldy.
right. I don't think you intentionally mold garlic though. It
I
was
don't know. Like black garlic is like fermented, and like fermentation is kind of close to mold, right?
it kind of, but it was just mold. Like it was just mold on garlic that shouldn't have mold on it. And I was a little disappointed. Wow, this wine is something else. I can smell it from up here.
I also want to say I'm not defending if they're selling moldy garlic. I'm not defending them. No one should
Yeah.
treat garlic that way.
Absolutely.
Garlic lives matter. Sorry.
It's true. It's true though. It's true though. We are a garlic family here.
right. Like we like the garlics.
Yes. And to see something so egregious, I was a little hurt personally for that.
Just broke my heart.
Yeah. Yeah. But
I
everything else I found there was top tier. It was delicious. Amazing.
Well, that's good.
We made like homemade ramen too. It was pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah.
I just started eating fresh fish last year. Like raw fish, I should say. Like if I got sushi, I would only get like with shrimp or crab. Or just mainly vegetable rolls because I didn't
Sorry.
I didn't know how to feel about fresh fish.
Yeah.
For one thing, I won't eat salmon in any capacity.
That's unfortunate.
My mom just because of like her personal health needs would have us eat salmon as when we were kids because she needed like iron from the fish and everything.
Right.
And I always hated the salmon. It was one of the grossest things like she ever. It's not that she's a bad cook. It's just the fish itself was gross.
Yeah.
And so like salmon sushi just never seemed like appealing at all. And so
I'm so sorry. I'm not trying to be a distraction.
he keeps like sommeliering the wine.
It's a very like dry wine. I like sweetness. Like that's
Do you have any apple juice?
I do.
Pour some apple juice in it.
Or what if I mix my Dr. Pepper zero sugar with it?
Well, if it's zero sugar, I don't know how much sweeter that's going to make the wine.
It's going to make it taste like Dr. Pepper, and that's so much better
Oh, yeah,
already.
it's just mulled. Is that mulled wine?
I have no idea.
I think you like a cola and mulled wine, don't you?
Maybe, I don't know. I feel horrible derailing this conversation by this
I was just
interesting
talking
wine.
about fish. I don't know. But I guess my point was now I eat raw fish, like tuna and tilapia is okay, but I still won't touch salmon.
Heck yeah. Well, I mean, one step at a time. And if you never like salmon, then you never like salmon, It's just I I don't I didn't like tuna sushi for the longest time. Um and we got tuna when we were in the strip. And it was actually really, really good. So maybe it's just like the form of it, or maybe it's because I made it myself. I have some like pride masking my taste buds. I have no idea.
Maybe. Who knows?
Maybe it's because it's tuna baby instead of just like regular tuna. Like great. Okay,
I don't know
let's.
what you're talking about right now.
It's fine, and like 2 listeners will know what I'm talking about, but it's
No.
okay.
Why does tuna baby sound familiar though?
There's a bit that Griffin does about grapes, where he sticks them in the microwave and they become grapes baby.
That's why. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's one of my favorite bits of all time.
Oh yeah, he likes warm grapes. That's right. Like,
Yeah, he's a weird fellow, but I love him.
Anyways, I mean, good on him for finding something that's different. It's very, very clever of him to innovate that way. Speaking of clever,
I hate these transitions so much.
it's time for the clever boy quiz.
It's time for the clever boy quiz. Believe it.
Hey man, this is my segment. Can you back off?
Actually, it's more my segment, I think, than yours.
I'm sorry. How much do you prep for the segment?
There's a lot of mental preparation. That's in this. I have to prepare myself to lose.
I was about to say your win-loss ratio would not show a lot of mental preparedness.
It takes a lot out of me to prepare to lose,
Well, speaking of preparing to lose, Matt, I'm going to remind you right off the top here. If you lose today, that means on next week's episode, you will have a garlic boy punishment.
Ooh. I'm so excited.
A punishment that is hand-selected by me and that I have an accomplice within your own household
My
to help me.
mother knows what it is, and that worries me.
I just need to text her and say the punishment is a go, and I will.
Text her be like, the eagle has landed.
The prophecy is fulfilled. This week's game is called You Think You're Tough? You think you got muscles? I'll teach you muscles. I thought about this game while I was at the gym today.
Yeah.
What it is I'm going to be giving you the medical name for a muscle or group of muscles, and you have to try and tell me by either just saying it or showing me where you think on your body it is.
Okay, I would like to say one thing before we begin.
Uh-huh.
You're getting a little more aggressive with these, like increasingly more aggressive with these names, and I'm gonna need you to tone it down just a little bit because I'm already getting punished. I don't think I can take it if you're aggressive towards me.
You're calling it aggressive. I'm calling it creative.
Yeah, I guess it would be if you went, do you think you're tough? Huh, bud? Do you think you're tough? Like, that would be really boring. You know what I mean?
I mean, if I'm gonna take the time to make a fun name for it, I'm gonna like put effort into it.
Yeah.
So you could either appreciate it or just
I also
shut up.
I also think the listeners might be scared by it. So if they hear you go, hey Matt, do you think you're tough? Huh, bud? Do you think like whatever? I don't even remember what the name of the episode was. But
You think you're tough? You think you got muscles? I'll teach you muscles.
Yeah, I think you should cut out the first part, put that in the show, and I think everyone's spirits would be eased.
No, I'm good. So question number 1. Your quadriceps.
Quadriceps.
Yes, your quadriceps.
Quadriceps. Is that quad? Quad? quadriceps. I'm gonna break this down a little bit.
Okay, break it down for me, y'all.
Quads. That always makes me think of legs, you know.
Okay,
Does it? Does it make me think of legs?
quads.
Yeah, if you squat, squadriceps.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere.
Yeah. So if I say the leg, that's not enough. You need a little more specific.
I'm gonna need more specific because your leg has more muscles
Okay.
than just that.
Right. So even what if I say the thigh? Is that still not specific enough, or do I have to point to like the part of the thigh?
What part of the thigh do you think it is?
I kind of think it's like the outside of the like the like the outside of the thigh, not like quite the side of the thigh, but like.
Can you point to me on the Among Us man where you believe
where he touched you? I don't have anything. Okay, all right, I got it. I got it.
Yeah, where
So
do you think it is?
I need to.
This
give me
doesn't
a
work good
second.
for the
I
audio
know.
medium, but we'll describe it to you. I promise.
I need to. Oh no! I need to take off the background effect because it's causing weird issues with the. Okay, full screen, baby. Okay, so on this Fallout guy that you got me,
Yes,
I'm saying like here, right on the side of the thigh, right, like front side of the thigh.
okay.
You know what I mean?
Final answer.
Sure. Final answer.
All right. Since you added the word front at the last minute, I'm going to give that to you. So your quadriceps, from what I found, were the upper front of your legs.
Oh.
So basically your lap.
My lap. Okay.
So
I got the legs.
Yes, you got to legs. That was great. Very proud of you for that one. Number 2, your trapezius.
What?
Your trapezius.
My trapezoids?
Trapezius. Trapezius.
Trapezius, so like a trapeze artist. And, you know, it's probably because they.
I need you to go away.
He's not talking to me. He's talking to
Sorry,
a cat.
no, there's a cat in my face, basically.
The trap is, I believe, this part of the arm right here on the upper, like, I guess, side of the forearm.
Okay.
It kind of curves around.
Right. Okay. I get what you're saying. Is that your final answer?
I'm not a gym bro. I really should be. I need to work off some of this weight here. I'm gonna say yes. Final answer.
All right, Matt. Unfortunately, that is incorrect. Your trapezius or your traps are your neck and shoulder. They're a superficial muscle for the most part. So if you ever see like a swole guy, like real jacked, that muscle on his neck in between his head and shoulders, that's his traps. That's what you're really working for.
I have nice traps.
No, you just lowered your shoulders.
I actually raised my shoulders to do that. Actually,
you can raise them and lower them, and that's how. Oh, is that how my posture's supposed to feel?
Oh, you haven't felt that posture in so long. It hurts.
The pain went away, and that felt wrong. Sorry. Next muscle, your triceps.
Triceps. That is also arm. I believe it's the top of your arm. This one right here. Tricep.
Okay.
That's my guess.
Final answer?
Yeah.
Okay. So that again is wrong.
What?
What's funny about that is what you said for your traps is what the tricep is.
Oh,
so
up here.
The underneath, like that around is your tricep.
Why did I think? Okay, it's fine.
Can you do that with your arm again though? Your arm is pretty. Like, just do this.
Just do this.
Yeah, look at that.
I
beefy. Number 4. Number 4, your
Mhm.
deltoid muscle.
My deltoid. I'm pretty sure that's either I don't know. I don't like this. I years of playing video games have taught me nothing as far as muscles go. So maybe I should go to the gym, but even if I went to the gym, I have no direction. So people like I would just be sure this is working something. Deltoids.
Yep.
Deltoids.
Your
Is
deltoid.
that deltoid? I think I could be wrong. I've been wrong 2 or 3 times. Deltoid is the one I've been naming like 3 times. It's this one on the arm. Because I don't care.
Final answer.
Final answer.
Matt, that is incorrect.
Matt, that is incorrect. How did I not? How did I know? How did I
Your
know?
deltoids are your shoulders.
I thought you just said that was your traps.
The neck to the shoulder.
Oh my
the back of
gosh.
your upper back and shoulder area are your deltoids.
Fine. It's fine. I had a thought that it was the back, but then I gave up on that thought.
Hey, you're still in this. We're good. Okay. We still got some more coming through.
Okay.
I don't want you to get to start. Hey, look at me. I believe in you.
I believe in you too.
Number 5, the rectus abdominis muscle.
The rectus.
The rectus abdominis muscle.
Can you spell that second word for me? Because I don't know if I'm hearing you right.
Abdominis.
Well, that makes no sense because rectus, as far as I'm aware, is referring to the anterior side of your body.
Mm-hmm.
But abdominis is referring to the not anterior, the front of your body, and the other one is to your back. So maybe it's what could it be? What could it be?
Just use some context clues, bud.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Your rectus and your abdominis are on 2 different sides of your body. So there's no context clues here, pal.
Maybe not.
It's
I'm gonna just start counting down. So get ready, because in
maybe
5,
it's like your hip,
4,
because that kind of goes around.
3,
Yeah, your hip. That's what
2.
I'm your hip. This one. Rectus to abdominis. All right? I said it, and you kept counting down. I'm not doing that. Now you made him fall off the stand. Oh no, I broke it. Oh,
Matt, I got this for Christmas.
it's just a little peg that holds him on. He still will
jerk.
He'll be able to stand in one of them.
Is your hip your final answer?
Yes.
You can fix it later. Just put the stand down.
I got it. All right. Jeez.
Oh, by the way, that was wrong.
I know.
Your rectus abdominis muscle or is your abs?
Then why is it called rectus?
I don't know. You made up the thing that it was the rectum just because they have similar sounding letters.
That's in language. That's usually what that does.
Well, sorry,
Especially
rectum is an English word and rectus is Latin.
Rectum may be an English word, but it has roots in Latin, sir, just like all of the English language does.
Well,
it's fine. It's fine.
Did you just throw the peg away that you could have just glued back in?
No, it wouldn't have held on.
Oh my goodness.
You're
okay.
Insane, bud.
You're insane. Number 6. Your pectoralis major.
Freaking Tarzan up here.
Do you want to say it because this is an audio podcast?
I'm pretty sure the pounding was enough.
I
For the
didn't even hear.
podcast?
I didn't even hear the pounding. So maybe you should check
Okay.
yourself before you
All
wrecked
right.
us yourself.
It's your chest. Your that thing. The thing in the front. The peck.
Okay.
The
Okay. Oh,
pecs.
dude, I got you. Okay. Is that your final answer?
Yes.
That is correct.
Finally.
I'm trying not to interrupt you as much. So when you just keep talking and then get mad that I'm not telling you anything, it's because I don't want to interrupt you.
Okay.
Just give an answer. Wait a second and see if I say something.
Note taken, Kevin Bacon. Let's go.
Number 7. Sorry.
Oh, boy.
I forgot this one was on here and I practiced this earlier.
Okay.
The gastrocnemesis. Gastrocnemesis. GASTROCNEMIUS. Gastromenistus.
Yeah. So we already said abs, which gastrointestinal is the only thing I have going for me on this one because gastro.
True, but last time you thought of a English prefix that read you down the wrong path, so just take that hint.
I'm gonna go with your booty muscles, your buns of steel.
My buns of steel.
Your buns of steel.
Oh, okay. Is that your final answer?
Yeah, it's my final answer.
Matt, I'm sorry, that's incorrect.
Okay.
I didn't even say that snooty. That was empathetic, and you got snooty.
Because I'm tired of getting things incorrect. I'm tired of these quizzes.
Well, you should learn what the Latin name for your calves are.
No, I don't want to.
Well, you just did. The gastrocnemicus, the Necronomicon, or whatever we called this, is your calf muscles.
Cool.
There you go. Number 8. Your erector spinea muscles.
You couldn't even say that with a straight face.
Because I was imagining you getting mad at me.
Listen, I know this is a PG podcast, so I don't think it's.
I didn't even think about that, Matt.
Okay.
I was thinking about how mad you're gonna get at me for this one.
Oh, even better. I have no idea, so I'm gonna go just like the spine muscles, going right up the center.
Can you be more specific?
The spine muscles going right up the center.
Okay. There are none right up the center. Can you be more specific?
Then my bad. The ones going right up the side of the spine. These ones right here. These are like right in the perfect position, right outside the spine, going all the way down.
Can you be more specific?
I don't think so.
You sure? Remember the other muscle groups you've learned so far and figure out if you can be more specific.
I feel like it's just one muscle group all the way down. All the way down. On
it's
the
not
side
considering we've learned about another muscle group that's on your back already.
That was like the upper back, though, wasn't it?
The
lower back.
Final answer?
Final answer. Lower back.
Matt, that's correct. Good job. Look at you knowing where your erector spinea is.
Yeah, that.
Proud of you. All right. Number 9. Biceps femoris muscle.
Oh, wait. Wait a second. I almost. Oh, shoot. But the femoris Makes you think of femur. I almost did this like right away because I'm almost positive that's the biceps right here. But with the femoris, maybe it's possible it's on the leg around the femur. We've done the front of the leg. Maybe. What question is this?
This is number 9.
All right, I made it to 8 last time. I hate you. Uh, you know what? I'm probably gonna get this wrong, and I can't win anyway. So I'm gonna just go with my first inclination and go with the arm, the top of the arm right here, the little biceps right here. This thing.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Okay, so here's the situation we're in.
Okay.
I got that wrong.
Oh, you got that wrong.
Yeah, because for some reason I thought your femur was in your forearm.
No.
And so I put the answer down as forearm, but then you started talking about how it was in your upper leg and
Yes,
where
it is.
the femur actually is.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the correct answer.
It's in the leg.
Yes.
Okay.
But because I got it wrong, I'm gonna give you that point.
Sweet.
Because you did something better than me, which is
Jaw,
rare.
dude.
Which is rare.
That's rude.
All right. Your last one.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you this. This one will tie it up for you.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And since I didn't come up with a tiebreaker, this will count as a win if you get this.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
Right. Your latissimus dorsi muscle. Your latissimus dorsi muscle.
Ooh. 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 Ooh.
Latissimus
dorsi.
Yes.
I'm probably wrong on this,
Okay.
but I could be right.
Right.
Hold on.
Right.
Hold on. I feel like I know this.
Okay.
You know what? I don't. So let's just give a good old guess because why not?
Go for it.
I'm gonna go mid back because I went top, upper back, lower back. Let's go mid back because Dorsey sounds like dorsal, and on a shark, that's kind of like right down his back. Lats, I've heard of lats, and I assume that's what latissimus is shortened to, lats. No idea what it is. So that's, you know what? Hold on. Which one did we do at the top of the back?
Deltoid.
And where that was like like this part of the shoulders?
Up the top and like the top of your back across your shoulders from what I understood.
Okay, but did we do like this part of the arm right here? Like this shoulder.
Yeah, I think that's also your deltoid.
Oh, is it? Oh, dang. Okay. Yeah, let's go middle back.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Matt, that is correct.
Wait, really?
So from what I found, it goes from your under your armpits to your back. So that under your armpits would be your middle back.
Hold on, did I just save myself for one extra week against the punishment?
Let me double check, but Miss Dorsey. Yeah, it spans from underneath your armpit down to about right above your hip, but it is your mid back. In like, yeah, you are correct.
I mean, okay, I will say you went a little easy on me, being you didn't have a tiebreaker.
Do you want me to come up with a
No, no,
tiebreaker?
no, 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 no. I'm fine with the win. I'm fine with the win. I
I can
appreciate
give
it.
you a
Thank you so
tiebreaker.
much. Nope, it's okay. We are moving on. My
No,
topic.
very simple tiebreaker. Who's the strongest man in the world?
I have no idea. Am I supposed to
Yeah,
know
neither do
this?
I. I don't know. I know at one point the guy who
Jesus.
played the Mountain on Game of Thrones was the strongest man in the world. I have
Oh,
no
was
clue
he?
if he still is, but
Okay.
well, Matt, that brings you up to your 4th Clever Boy win, which makes you, after all these weeks, officially
Four-leaf
a
clever.
4-leaf Clever Boy.
I would like to thank my mother and my father for this award. I really couldn't have done it. I mean, I probably could have done it without them.
Oh, they're playing the music, Matt. You got to go.
You know what? What's her face told them to shut up. So you know what? I'm gonna tell them to shut up.
How dare you not know? Nope, I'm wrong. I was gonna say
Yeah.
Jennifer Coolidge, but it wasn't Jennifer Coolidge.
Oh, definitely was
Oh
not
no,
Jennifer Coolidge.
I'm so sorry. I forgot her name too.
It's
I
okay. She's
I'm
an
sorry to
amazing
you,
woman.
Matt. I shouldn't have been so harsh to judge. I should. Hey, what's your topic?
What a solid transition. My topic for this week is the exact same topic as last week's episode. Not because I forgot to come up with the topic, but because the episode came out. And this is my first time ever like doing a callback other than my name, of course, for every episode.
Okay.
This is my first time really doing like let's check in on the topic I suggested last week because I've been excited about a lot of things, and this is the first thing that I'm actually going back to. Anyway, Last of Us TV show. No spoilers. It was so good. I shed several tears.
Okay.
Just because of how good it was. I played the video games, of course. And it was like there was one scene that was like shot for shot, the exact as a video game, the exact same scene. And it was beautiful. And I am so excited for like this going forward. Now that I've seen the first episode. And viewers, by the time you're listening to this, the second episode will be out. Well, okay, it comes out at 9 p.m. on Sundays. So like
We don't know when they
depending on
listen to it. Like you'll have at least 12 hours to prepare for the second half of the show.
Yeah, exactly. It was so good.
So you said there was one part that was like scene from the game.
Yeah.
I know a lot of times with video game movies, the gameplay aspect of it is a hard to translate. How
Yeah.
good is it with like, oh, we have to get to this goal marker, and so like what will honestly be like you controlling the character traveling? Is it like entertaining enough, or are they kind of skipping through things? Like, how do you feel so far about this?
So they had to add some stuff to it. Like the the beginning of the episode established a little bit of like extra lore that wasn't in the video games. So they do have to add some stuff to it to make it more cohesive, make it make more sense in this show, but also like have you connect to the characters. Because there's one character in the very beginning that like you have to connect to or it's not emotional. You know what I mean? It's not an emotional, thing for you going through. So and that's usually very strong with like main characters. When you're playing a video game, you are the character. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you have some sort of agency over like the character and the character's decisions and stuff. So that's the hardest part to like translate to the screen, because like you can sit there for 6 hours and do extra stuff, and that's obviously not going to translate well. It's going to be boring, you know what I mean?
Right.
And not only that, but the issue of games are usually on like a loop mechanic. So very often it's the same buttons, the same movements, the same stuff, and that's extremely difficult to work your way into like a TV show, because TV shows and movies, media in itself is not loop, it's linear. You know what I
Right.
mean? So while the story may change in the game, you're doing the same actions over and over again. With a TV show, you have to continually like evolve, and expand. So I think that's one of the hardest parts about it. And with the TV show, it did it so well. So the scene, again, no spoilers, the scene that translated super well was like from the point of view of one of the characters. And so excuse me, they are driving, and the whole show is about a zombie outbreak. The game was too, so there's no
Right.
spoilers there. The whole scene is them driving right at the start of this zombie outbreak, and they're driving trying to get away. There's crowds of people, running in front of the car. Like a plane comes and crashes down, and like you have to but you're in the point of view of one of the characters, and like it's just, it is so masterfully translated. And the things that they had to change, the things that they fixed, to add extra stuff, because again, in the game you have some agency, you feel like you connect quicker, but in the TV show you have to like establish that. I think they're doing really, really well. Excuse me.
That's good. I mean, I think I don't play many video games, but like from what I understood, Uncharted was kind of close to it. Sonic, from what I played a little bit as a kid, and like it's not a one-to-one comparison to the game at all.
Right.
But like, that being said, like the vibe, I guess, of what Sonic gives off, especially based on the cartoons and everything.
Mm.
So those live action movies are pretty good. But like from what I understand is like there are a lot of movies where like it's based off a video game and people are very disappointed in it. And from our longest time, like the movie people that I will watch online would always say that like Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle was the best video game movie. But that's not based on like a pre-existing IP. I should say a pre-existing video game. And so like that is disappointing. But now it seems like honestly there are so many times that I think like a TV show translates better for things. Like
Oh,
video games, since they're probably in like chapters anyways with like how they are nowadays, like Injustice, how you go through a block of game footage, and then you do your fight scene, and then you go back into the game footage. Like those are basically chapters. And just how like I think we've discussed this before when we were talking about Percy Jackson, translating chapters into episodes is much better than trying to translate the whole book into a movie.
yeah, absolutely.
And so like having that, like, oh, this cut scene was already kind of made cinematically, let's try and translate that to real life or into live action, and then like just kind of fill in the filler in what feels genuine to the vibe of the rest of the movie, or sorry, the rest of the game, seems to be the way to move forward and progress, and what's going to work well for them. At least that's what I
Yeah.
got from your description of the show.
Absolutely. Yeah. I I definitely think it's going to be a tricky thing to do, as far as like translating the, everything, because again, there's a lot of mechanics that, like with games, you upgrade your character, you upgrade
Right.
your weapon, you upgrade that stuff, and they're not going to take like a cinematic sequence of them like at a table building this weapon, upgrading their gun and stuff like that. Like maybe they'll like a quick like
Like a
shot of the thing.
montage.
No, I don't think they're gonna do a
They're gonna do a
montage.
montage. Let's do a montage. Hey, cue up the montage.
Montages work so well in comedies. They do not work well in serious movies.
I had this thought today of like I miss the good old fashioned like early 2000s montage to like some upbeat like music. My
Yeah,
favorite
Eye of the
example,
Tiger every time.
not even just that, like my favorite example is in Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed
Oh,
when
so
they're
good.
at the treehouse and they're doing a montage of them Fred, Daphne, and Velma fixing the control panel.
Yeah.
And I think Shaggy and Scooby are outside still, and like Shaggy's like, they're probably in there having like a really cool montage sequence, and we're just out here being losers.
The amazing like meta of that movie. Just it's so perfect. I love it so much. I regret like there was one point in my life, like I'm sure most people's, where I wanted to be cool. I got ADHD, I mask, you know. Um so I wanted to be like everybody else. So things like Pokemon, things like comics, superheroes, things like Scooby Doo, things that other people in their adolescent ages where they felt like they have to be adults
Right.
and they have to abolish anything childish or in our day and age call it gay. Like everything like that where it was just so stupid because I loved superheroes, and because people were like, "Oh, that's that's childish," I would have to like stop liking superheroes, and that kills me. It kills me that I conformed to that because I missed out on so much good stuff. Scooby Doo is so good, and at one point I'm like, "These are the worst movies ever," but they're so good.
It's a shame, Matt. You should have did what I did and just not had friends.
Yeah, well, I didn't have friends, and this was me trying to get friends, selling all my Pokemon cards to get friends, and I regret that so much.
I sold my Pokemon cards, like my whole collection at one point, except for like a select few, to get Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Yeah, because they were like the cool thing.
No, it was because my buddy was playing Yu-Gi-Oh on Tuesday nights for a summer, and I went a few times with him.
Yeah.
And then I realized that we were two 13-year-olds playing Yu-Gi-Oh with a bunch of like 20-year-olds. And I was like, oh, maybe this isn't cool. And I just never went back.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. I realized that like a lot of the stuff I'm doing now is like making up for me as a child, regretting the stuff that I did like that. And one of the finest examples, a little bit different, but the fact that I've collected so many board games, I
Mhm.
realized why the other day that I just keep buying board games. And it's because whenever my friends would come over, I didn't have any board games. Like we had a bunch of board games, but they were like Taboo and Pop 5 and Scattergories. Like sorry, old people games. Um games that like yeah, they're fun to play, but like they're for old people.
Right.
They're at least at the time as a child they were. So I didn't have like fun games to play with my friends. So like I've kind of made up for that by getting every game on the planet.
See, I had the opposite situation where I didn't have old people games, I had kid games.
Oh yeah, it's
And
even
so like when
worse.
you're like starting to get older and all I have is Clue Junior or Sorry.
Yep.
Like yeah, it was Spider-Man 3 themed, but like don't want to be playing Sorry.
Yeah. No, I hear
Um
you.
like the most grown up game I had was Star Wars Risk, but I was at a point in my life where I didn't understand how to play it.
Right. Risk is
So
complicated for a middle schooler.
right. So like we didn't play with it the way we were supposed to. We lost some of the we lost most of the pieces
Yeah.
and like we just didn't get to appreciate it. We had a few different ways of playing Monopoly, but like as my mom said when she was on, she's not a big board game person.
Yeah.
So half the time it was just me and my brother playing, and then like he would cheat because we had the electronic banking, or like he wouldn't want to play a game with me, so I'm sitting there playing the Star Wars Monopoly by myself, and it was the
Yeah.
nice one with like the metal figurines.
Oh yeah, we had that. Yeah.
And so like that's why like my board games are like I want the grown up complicated ones, but I also want ones that I can play with a bunch of people and like require a bunch of people because I want to play with other people. I don't want to just play games with myself.
I know. That's like the dilemma I've been facing is like I buy games that um I've been buying games that have like a one player capability,
Mm.
but can also be played with like 4 or 5 people if I want. Um, and I've tried the one player because I just don't always have somebody to play games with. It is so boring and I get so distracted by it. Like I'm always like, oh wait, is it my turn or is it the usually it's like a um I don't even know what the like automated character, whatever like the
NPC.
computer that yeah, whatever that aspect of it is. It's just like it's so hard to play by myself because I buy games for a personal connection and I want people around me to like them, but like it just doesn't always work that way.
Do you want to hear like a sad fact about my childhood?
Oh boy.
I used to
Ready your seatbelts, listeners.
I used to play chess against myself.
Oh my gosh, like that Pixar short. Like that Pixar short, the old man just like going back
but
and forth.
but like not even that creatively. Like I would play. It's like, haha, you're an idiot. I beat you so easily. It's like, yeah, because I knew the moves. I wasn't trying to be defensive at all. Like,
No. I hear you, and I would always like favor one side every time. Like I wouldn't.
I couldn't
I
be
wouldn't.
impartial at all.
Yeah, exactly. Like I would like one would start to win, and I'm like, okay, I'm going with this one. Like that's what I'm doing. No, I hear you. I played chess with myself a lot, uh, which was so pointless because chess is about like thinking ahead, and like you can play with yourself, play chess with yourself. You can play chess by yourself, but you have to think equally for both characters, for
The
both
the har-
players.
the hard part about chess is that you're supposed to be trying to outsmart your opponent, but when you're your opponent and you're not that smart to begin with, that gets dicey.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Then you make it like substantially weaker. Like
Oh, for
you're just like
sure.
this character is gonna do this. Oh no, I sacrificed my queen. Like
Oh no, I only have pawns left. What am I gonna do?
yeah, but then sometimes I would like want to make a comeback and just like murder everybody with my pawns, like make stupid decisions with the one that was totally supposed to win.
Exactly.
I'd be like, they deserve a little comeback. So like pawns were just like, yeah, like murdering the other pawn players
What
pieces.
got to the point where like I was like, oh, I'm so good at chess. I win every single time I play. Then I started playing against other people. Like I
Other
played
people.
against Jim so many times, and he wrecked me.
Oh yeah.
Because not only had he played against other people besides himself before, Jim is very smart
Yeah.
and just was destroying me at chess constantly.
Yeah,
Uh,
I beat one kid in like middle school at chess one time and I felt on top of the world. Like I felt so on fire. And then I like come home, I'm like, Dad, you want to play chess? And he just like demolishes me in 3 moves. I was like, oh, okay, maybe it was just I was really good because that guy sucked.
what what I've always the position I've always held, and I respect your dad for this, is that at a certain age, children should not be like taught that they can just win. Like
Oh
I don't mind letting a kid win up until get about the age of 5 because they still have hopes and dreams.
yeah.
But at once you turn 5, you you have to just start accepting hard lessons. And one of those hard lessons is that you're bad at Uno and I will beat you.
Yeah. My niece just turned 4, so like the second she turns 5, boom, draw 4.
Well, your other niece was over when I came up for New Year's and we were playing what was it? Scribble what that game we played with her? What was it?
Was it the one with the pen was
Yeah,
vibrating?
the vibrating pen.
I don't remember what it was called at all.
I don't know, but there was a card and like it was like Scribble Pictionary, I think it was, or something like that. We were
Something
supposed
like that.
to pick one word off the card and try to draw it with a vibrating pen. And she was talking so much smack on me. And it was like, I just met you. That does not mean I'm gonna go easy against you. You have to like she was so confident and she lost so horribly.
That reminds me of one time I was at a graduation party. I had just started dating my current girlfriend Mia. And I went to a graduation party with her, one of her friends from college. And we were playing Uno. It was a huge group of people. So like it's hard to like actually do well with that many people. But like this little girl was like talking smack, and like I was like, I'm not going easy on her, like at all.
You can't. You can't.
No, you can't. You can't. When kids start to get to that age where they think they are the ones on top of the world, they are the ones that carved their name at the top of the totem pole, you have to rip that totem pole from under them. You have to. Like it is mandatory, because then they go through their whole life thinking they can beat you at chess, and they can't. They've been playing by themselves, and they need to play with the big dogs.
Exactly. All right. Do you I think are you I don't know why. I got one solid transition this week, and that was it, I guess.
What you kind of just did reminded me of like that. Have you ever had a dream where you have
in the dream and thank you for the great topic this week of just games and keeping us updated on The Last of Us, Matt. My topic for this week is just a very simple question.
Okay.
That you're probably going to agonize over and get mad at me for, just like you always do.
Hold on. I know what it is.
No, you don't.
Do you really think that our code to like get into the chat room looks like Nerf? Because it does.
I just see nothing.
You at the bottom.
Get it? It's Nerf or nothing.
Yeah, I get it. Question.
So my question for this week is, Matt, what do you think is the best form of potato?
Oh. Like me personally, or just like overall, like if we were doing a top tier list of potatoes?
I mean, let's start with just what you think personally, and then maybe next week we can do a ranking of potatoes.
Oh, that's a good idea. We should bring our own like potato ranks in. All right.
Potato ranks, yeah.
I like that idea.
Give me 1
tater
second.
tots.
Sorry.
Yeah.
My chair lowered because of my weight. Tater tots?
Tater tots all the way. Tater tots are the superior form of potato. Like hands down.
Okay.
And
why?
that'll probably be at the top of my list for next week. Just a heads up, listeners. Tater tots, because they're perfect. They're the perfect size, bite-sized. You could shovel 1, 2, 3, maybe even 4 in your mouth at one time. You just grab a couple, just like in your claws, your meaty claws, and just grab a couple and then just right in your mouth. They're crunchy on the inside. They're soft and
crunchy on the inside.
Crunchy on the outside. Sorry,
you said inside.
They're soft and oh so steamy on the inside. They're
when done
good
right. When done
right. Of course. You can always have bad tots, but you can have bad anything if you cook it wrong.
Right. Right.
But they're just they're good. You can grip one half while also simultaneously dipping the other half while getting just a tiny bit on your fingers, and then you just like right in your mouth and just
bite your fingers clean off. Like
no. You put it in and then like you close your lips and just get all that extra saucy goodness. Oh my gosh, Carter, I could talk about tots. You and I have gotten plates of tots. Like
right. I'm a tot guy myself.
Yeah.
But I feel like you're forgetting that mashed potatoes exist.
Mashed potatoes. ah, Mashed potatoes are so hit and miss for me, but you can go ahead before I rebut.
That's because mashed potatoes, what people don't understand is that they make them wrong.
Yeah.
If you're hey listeners, if you're leaving the skins on your potatoes when you mash them, don't even serve it to me. You came into my house?
It's just like a weird texture. Like it's a weird, like it's almost like plastic or paper is left in your
Exactly like a
potatoes.
plasticky, like I've talked about many times how I have texture issues, but
Yeah.
like you can't not leave the skin on the potato
It's
because
like
then
leaving the skin on an onion. It's so
when you're
gross.
making banana bread, you peel the banana, don't you?
Just stick the whole
Huh?
peel in there.
When you get the burger, you peel the wrapping off the burger, don't you? Peel your potatoes, okay? And also, if you're gonna make French fries, peel the potato with that too. I don't like skin on my French fries.
I actually don't mind it as much on the French fries.
I do because then like you can get an air pocket underneath it, and then
Yeah.
like you think that you have a good bit of fry there, but
It's
it's
just
mainly
hollow.
just skin.
Hollow like your soul.
Right. I don't want a hollow French fry. I'm here to make sure that ranch can get into my mouth more efficiently. Okay? Plus, with
Listen.
mashed potatoes, you can add a healthy amount of garlic and butter, and no one can stop you.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Listen, I love mashed potatoes. Like honestly, they would be like number 3. I'm giving away my whole list here, but like mashed potatoes are definitely high up on my list. They're so like they're creamy, they're good. And like the way my mom makes them, she makes like a special kind of potatoes that has like cream cheese and it's just
Ooh.
and sour cream in them too. And it is so good. And they're my favorite potatoes. But like then you get like Bob Evans potatoes and they're just bland. They're just
You
bland. So
gotta
like it's people just do like salt and pepper. No, you can't just do salt and pepper on mashed potatoes. You need
you
so
gotta
much
season.
more.
You should
Yes.
always salt and pepper because that's a good base for your seasonings, but build off
Absolutely.
of that. If you're gonna do a baked potato, put some chives on there as well, or
Mm.
some green onion. Some people be like, those are the same thing. They're not. Um, rosemary is always a good thing to put on your potatoes, especially if you're doing a holiday meal, because that ties in nicely with whatever meat seasoning you're probably using. Garlic and uh, um, is it oregano? Is that what I'm thinking of? No, parsley. Garlic,
Yeah.
parsley, and butter. It's a good triple threat into your potatoes.
Yeah.
I don't even count salt and pepper as seasoning. That's just
Oh,
part of the food.
that's like the base mandatory. Like that's like when you're cooking mashed potatoes, salt and pepper automatically. Like
Right.
that is mashed potatoes, but then you add stuff to make it better.
It's
Because
like when
that's
you're
not enough.
writing a book, like you assume that there's going to be paper involved somewhere along the line.
Right.
When
I
I'm cooking, I assume salt and pepper is going to be used.
and I don't like pepper. Like I don't. Like I know it's necessary in things, but like if people just salt and pepper, it's either too salty and it makes me want to drink a gallon of water, or it's too peppery and it's just like tingling in my mouth and I don't like it.
Well, it's because people sometimes will use like you should always use fresh cracked pepper if you're going to use pepper, but don't do it on the highest setting. I don't
Yeah.
want it to be where like you bit into a peppercorn and spit the shards into my food. I want that ground up so it disperses evenly. I'm not biting into chunks of pepper. I don't know what y'all are doing sometimes, and I'm not blaming anyone specifically. I think it's just more restaurants where like um I'll tell you what it is actually. It's this grill mix. I'm not gonna say the company because I don't want them to hate me. But their grill mix, they have like chunks of peppercorn in it. And if I'm
Yeah.
seasoning a steak to go along with my potatoes, it's not great.
Yeah.
Um
No, I hear you.
sorry, off the seasoning rant. Back to why mashed potatoes are great. Um, you can use them pretty much any food. Like
Oh yeah.
as a side dish, I think mashed potatoes are the most widely acceptable.
Yeah.
Um, because you have them with chicken, steak, fish, any meat. You can on top of shepherd's pie. Underneath a casserole, my mom makes a chicken and broccoli casserole on top of mashed potatoes. Delicious. It's served at every holiday. Like it's more consistent than the meats for holidays, because I know people that'll do different meat. Like for my family, of course we do turkey on Thanksgiving. Christmas we do roast beef or some sort of beef. But for Easter we do ham, mashed potatoes for all three basically.
Yeah.
It's consistent. That's what you need in your life.
And the plus to the plus to any potato, but in my opinion, specifically mashed potatoes,
Specifically,
is it honestly goes with just about any condiment. Like you can mix some ranch in there. It actually is very delicious. You can mix, I know people hate this, but you can mix some ketchup. Mix some ketchup in there. It's very good. You could put some hot sauce on there. You could, like, there's so much that it pairs with. You can even get, and again, this is a the some people like it, some people don't. I can't remember the word for that. And some people think it's like an abomination, but like when I make steak and the juices go in the potato, like when not everyone likes Applebee's. I do. And when I get a steak from Applebee's and it's juicy and it's going into my potatoes, nothing better in my opinion.
But the problem is the mashed potatoes at Applebee's have the skin in them.
Yes, yeah,
they're one of the culprits. That's why I won't get steak at Applebee's. That and
yeah,
I also don't like microwave steak.
No. I'm not saying it's a great steak. I'm not saying it's like the best steak ever. I'm saying I enjoy it, whether it's microwaved or not.
All right. All right. Well, thank you so much. Or did you have something you wanted to finish?
No. I'll wait till my final thoughts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us this week. If you'd like to follow us and keep up with us, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at The Garlic Boys. You can also watch full video versions of the podcast on YouTube at The Garlic Boys on there as well. And you can also support us at Patreon at The Garlic Boys. The link for that is also in the description of all of our posts. And you can find like the link tree and things like that. Matt, any final thoughts?
Yeah, stay tuned next week to find out our raked potato list.
Yes.
That's my final thought. I'm so excited.
Also, if you still want to subscribe to the Patreon, our review and discussion of The Sorcerer's Apprentice will be up soon. So just look out for that on our Patreon. Yeah, I know I already asked you, but any other final thoughts?
All
right, that's a no. Thank you everyone for listening. And as always, remember to stay garlicky. Hey, you did it right this week.